are live.
We're live.
Where are we?
On location. We are with Ryan from Kamloops in his studio.
In the studio.
Complete with like green screen, the infamous Ryan from Kamloops sign, the infamous Ryan from Kamloops
I'm here too.
himself, because otherwise it would be weird for us to be hanging out in his basement right now, which is actually where the studio is. I
If
guess
he
maybe
didn't have a show, it'd be kind of weird if we were just hanging out for no reason.
that would also be weird, but it would also be weird if he did have a show, but also he wasn't here and he didn't know we were in his basement.
And maybe that's the first behind the scenes tidbit we could give.
Sure.
Is that the studio is just the basement.
It's just the
It's
basement.
just the basement.
It's not Hollywood. I know
No.
it looks like it.
It's just the end of a hallway where there was a bunch of crap sitting, and now it's a studio.
Now it's a studio with different crap.
Yeah, with my $1 off Facebook Marketplace desk.
That's the best way to deck out a studio, I think. Facebook Marketplace, get a good deal.
This green screen I got off Facebook Marketplace for like $10 off a local realtor. She was just done with it, put it on there. I bid $10, I think. And it's got like wood attached to it. It's solid. Like, it's good.
Let's define what Ryan from Kamloops is, just in case people don't know yet.
Oh, right.
We'll start at the end and we'll work our way.
So,
up.
Ryan, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Ryan from Kamloops.
Cool.
And I guess what I'm doing this show, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to acknowledge that there's a lot of negativity on the internet, in our lives, in our daily lives. We get it. We see it. But I would also like to hear some positive things happening around my life and the city. I'm going to be living here for a while longer, at least. My son's 11.
Right.
So we're here at least till he graduates. So I would like to try to be a positive impact on the city while I'm here. And then maybe I'm here for longer too.
Right. Who knows?
We might be here forever.
It could be.
And
There are worse places to be forever, I'm
so
sure.
exactly the point of being Ryan from Kamloops is I can just be here forever. I'm open to, honestly, like any opportunities. I would like to meet as many Kamloopsians as possible. And if you've got a positive message to say, let's hear it.
So now that we know what Ryan from Kamloops is,
Yeah.
we can go to Kelsey's question, which was about your branding,
My
right?
branding.
Right.
How did I come up with
How
Ryan
did I
from
even
Kamloops?
word that? Yeah, how?
How did you word it?
It's so simple, you said, right?
Yeah.
But in
It
a good
is.
way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, simple is better.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
so.
It's the old the KISS method, right? But no, I used to party a lot. I used to run around this city like a madman, and I'd actually went to visit my brother in Banff, Alberta. He lived there, and I was sitting at the bar with my girlfriend at the time, and someone had some photos on the bar, and we're just going through them, and one of these guys had a T-shirt on, and it said Mike from Canmore. And for whatever reason, I just was tickled about this. I wouldn't drop it. My birthday was a few weeks later, and my girlfriend at the time made me a Ryan from Kamloops shirt.
That's hilarious.
So my very first one said, I think it said, I'm Ryan from Kamloops, BC.
Huh.
It's a little simpler now to drop that just to Ryan.
Yeah.
But
That's your intro to your show. I'm Ryan from Kamloops.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Yeah.
when I was thinking about this idea, I bumped into Nevin Webster, the Loopser.
Yep.
And he really started encouraging me to follow through with it. Like, I told him I had an idea for a positive show. So he said, just do it. And I'm thinking, what do I call it? And I was like, well, what have people called me in the past? Have I ever had a nickname? I'm like, well.
A nickname that you
Yeah.
want people to know
But
about.
maybe I'll just take that, and anyone that knew me as that old Ryan could see me now and see,
drink pop, I have to go.
see maybe who I am now. Right? And see that, like, we can be one thing, and then 10, 15, 20 years later, you can clean up your act, clean up your image, and be a positive influence.
What did you do? Kill puppies? What's so...
No,
what's
both
so...
of my parents died, and I've had 6 or 5 back surgeries, so I have perspective. I think that's the
Yeah, you've been
difference.
through things.
Yeah. I've been through it all. I've seen a lot.
Yeah. It seems like you're quite healed.
I'm trying to
from
be.
a lot of
I
that
don't know.
hard
I don't
stuff.
think you ever really all do fully,
Yeah.
but I'm trying every day. And I think that's the message I try to say in the show is like, I put forth the effort every day.
Yes.
I'll forgive myself if I slip up yesterday and keep moving forward in a positive way as much as I can.
It's how you frame, like everyone has problems in life. It's how you frame it and how do you go about it and how do you solve your problem. And, you could get bitter, you could get better.
Well,
yeah, I totally agree.
I promise I tried doing the like, I'm mad at the world angle and like, you're wrong, I'm right, it gets you nowhere.
Right. And you don't grow.
You don't grow.
Right.
You'll just be in the same spot. You'll never move. So I tried that for a long enough time, switched it around, and honestly, just filmed episode 11 this morning.
Wow.
And so 11 episodes in, I'm already like, I've met so many awesome people.
Has it been difficult to sort of maintain that weekly release schedule, like to make sure that you get the interviews done, like to stay focused and make sure that those episodes get out?
No. Just because I'm off work right now, waiting for the surgery. If like this is going to be 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Once I'm recovered and back at work, I'm just doing this in my spare time, like as a hobby, just to get off the internet, get out of that negativity, right? Like I was like, I got to be part of the solution here and not part of the problem anymore.
So it's 15 minutes worth of content, but how long does it take you per week? Like, it must vary sometimes depending on.
Should I say really long or really short?
You should say whatever the truth is, I think.
Yeah.
I think everyone's different. Like
Every week is a little bit different.
I'm getting much better. Like this week.
More efficient.
Yeah, this week I filmed mine and edited everything in 2 hours. Whereas
pretty good.
First week, I started editing on like Thursday, and I can only do like really a couple hours at a time because of my back.
Yeah.
I've got a heating pad behind me here.
Right.
But I did like 2
Maybe Archie
hours
can help you.
Thursday, 2 hours Friday, 2 hours Saturday, and I did 2 hours Sunday for the first one because I taught myself all the editing software. And that's something maybe too, like I would like to be an influence on people. Like if you're thinking of trying something new and you don't know anything about it, the internet will teach you so much these days. You just sort of have to take that first step.
Yeah.
And that's always the hardest step for everyone in doing anything new and positive. I always say it takes effort, but like you take the first step and then you're bound to have that other leg swing behind you, and then you're just off to the races. And that's what I did. I had no idea, but I made a post on a Sunday, I think, saying that the following Monday, this is what the show was going to be. And I had no idea how to edit it.
Really?
Yeah, because all of the other things I've done on YouTube, my partner does all the editing. He went to film school. He's a pro. Like, he does this for a living. So for me, I was like, okay, I know it's possible. I'm going to just teach myself.
Because I was going to say, like, one of the benefits of a first episode is that you can kind of take as long as you want to get that first episode together and then release it. But it sounds like you gave yourself a deadline publicly, which was was that intentional to sort of
100%
light a little fire under yourself to
Hold yourself accountable.
That's right. Accountability is something that I think we all kind of need in our lives. And being off work, where really my only expectation is to rest. And, you know, I take care of the house a little bit, but I rest. I lay on my back when I'm not doing this. And so I figured I got some time. And
fair enough.
I wanted to do something. And so I was like, you know, I'm going to be accountable to not only myself to do this, but I'm going to put it out to, even if 2 people see this on the internet, those 2 people might be expecting it.
Did you start, like, did you have the equipment you needed to do it out of the gate? Did you have to invest in anything? Like, because in my mind, it feels like the concept of doing sort of like a recorded talk show from your basement, even though it's just from a basement, it feels like sort of a big undertaking as far as like the gear you might need. But is that true or not?
Untrue, I think, in 2025.
Yeah.
I think you can, like, people make you believe that you need all the fancy stuff, but you don't. I film everything on my phone. Was Ryan from Kamloops sort of how you initially got involved with content creation, or were you already kind of interested in that before Ryan from Kamloops came up? Yeah, so I have been always interested. My best friend and I growing up, Chris, we used to make movies on the weekends all the time in high school. We were in drama together. Even like we went to first year university at the Actors Workshop. He continued, I think, your second year, and then he moved to Montreal, did film school. I stayed here, as I said earlier, partied. You know, wasted some years.
We've all done that.
But it's okay, because we learn and we move forward.
Yep.
So, I think it was 2 years now. Maybe even longer. Maybe it's been 3 years. I don't even know. But that's how good things have been. We'd spent like 20 years where we talked to each other here and there, but nothing really of significance, I wouldn't say. And I as I slowed down my partying ways, I was like, what did I used to do for fun? Like, what did I used to do on the weekends before I had a bottle in my hand and I was drinking?
Right.
Well, like Chris and I would make movies. And I knew that he had gone through a film school. I knew that he was a professional contractor doing like work like this for a living. Oh, he does a lot of, he's a phenomenal artist. So he's actually working right now on some posters for this client. And then they asked him to do like 4 more on top of the ones they'd already ordered. So like, he's in demand. He's doing a great job.
Wow.
And so I was like, hey, with technology being what it is, and do you think there's anything we could do? And at the same time, I was like, I'm really sorry if I was ever a bad friend, and I'm sorry that we lost touch. Really just like owned everything. And then he took me a while to formulate. It was a very long text. And I was like, oh, good. And I hit send. And it was like 2 minutes later, he sends back a long text of his own saying basically like, don't worry about it. I'm not mad. I never thought you were a bad friend. I would love to do something.
That's cool.
And then we wrote a script together because we weren't sure what we wanted to do. So we just sort of started where we left off. So we have a script kind of in the can for one day. And then we're like, well, what could we do more like so we can see
More immediately,
see our results, you know? What about sketch comedy? We liked SNL. We think we're kind of funny. We make each other laugh whenever we meet. So we thought we'd try our hand at it. And so we have, I believe, 24 episodes.
Oh, wow. That's quite a lot.
22 or 24 episodes on our YouTube channel right now. They're like a couple minutes long. Okay, well, hold on one second. I have actually a surprise guest on the show today.
Oh,
Right, we've heard about
It's
this.
going to be a debut of a new segment that I'm going to have on Ryan from Kamloops.
Okay.
It'll be after my surgery's over, probably in the summer.
Okay.
And it's going to be called Coop on a Stoop.
Oh, wow.
So my son's name is Cooper.
Okay.
And he is going to come out now.
Okay.
Come on in, Coop. Grab your
I think
stoop.
we're going to try to get you up
Kelsey,
here.
Get over here.
And, well, actually, before you just make sure his head is in the
And
frame.
take a seat, Cooper.
And I'm going to let you have my microphone.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So there's Coop on his stoop.
Yep.
Take it away, Cooper.
Hi, I'm Cooper from Kamloops, and do you have anything nice to say
About Kamloops,
about
right?
Kamloops.
about Kamloops?
Yeah. I love it here. I moved here about 12, 13 years ago now, I guess. And I love it. It's a great place. It's just the right size. And yeah, it's great.
Nice. How about you?
Well, when I grew up here, I didn't have very many nice things, but I grew up and learned to appreciate the town I grew up in, and I love it here. I love the mountains. I love how you can go biking, and there's so many different activities you can do. We have 4 seasons, and we have like totally friendly people, and we have a lot of new businesses coming up. I'm starting to fall in love with it like more and more every day.
Lots of good stuff happening in Kamloops.
Yeah.
All right, now Cooper. Here's the way we didn't talk about how to end your segment.
No, we
But
didn't.
I think you should look right in the camera, and you should say, "I'm Cooper, and this has been Coop on a Stoop."
I'm Cooper, and this has been Coop on a Stoop.
Amazing.
Woo!
Awesome.
Back to you, Ryan.
Nice, back
Oh,
to you.
I love that.
He watches the
So
show.
good.
Good job, Coop.
Good job.
So look out for Cooper this summer, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be pretty incapacitated. I might get him to do all the heavy lifting.
He seems pretty ready to rock and roll. That
It was
was
his idea to come on tonight. So
Yeah.
Really?
Very
Super cool.
trying to keep it cool.
So, bouncing off of that as being, something down the road for, Ryan from Kamloops. Do you have any thoughts as far as like how to expand the show, new,
Buddy, I got so many
sections to, sorry?
I get so many ideas. I have so many ideas. Like, I would love this show to be like Friday night, every Friday, live like we are,
Yeah,
and have it be on a stage somewhere, have an audience,
that would be cool.
have a couple of local guests. Like, we're a big city now, and we're going to keep getting bigger. Why not start something? I just feel there's so many local bands now.
hmm
Yeah.
I'm so like, I don't know any of them, but I'm proud of all of them. I had some students of mine a couple of years ago that like one was playing guitar, and I was like, why don't you go start a band?
Yeah.
Like, there were so many bands when I was a kid. Go start a band. And he did by the end of the year. And I was just like, yes, more of this.
Cool.
No,
So,
good.
one thing I want to mention is I've noticed that branding is really important to you with, you kept kind of keeping us in line. Like, hey, we're positive here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you really are you quite aware of what you put on social media because of that? Because it doesn't make sense to have you know, positivity on your show and then be like totally negative and mean on your personal social media.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I just can't do it.
So did you change your social media pages a bit? Like
no. And that's it. That's part of it though. Like I acknowledge my past.
Good.
I'm not running from it. Like I've not deleted one picture I've ever put on there. I don't care enough to. Like
I've deleted things.
It's in my past. It's like you can go by and you can see all the girlfriends I've ever had. I'm sure that since Facebook was a thing, if they've deleted me, that's whatever. I don't care. It's fine. That's my past. I own it. And I learn from it. And I move forward with it behind me.
Yeah.
But going forward, I am aware of it. And I'm aware that I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be that, drunken idiot that I once was. I don't want to be Mr. Negativity. I want to be positive. So I hold myself accountable by being Ryan from Kamloops, by having the branding. So by having my other social media where it's my name, it's me. I got to watch myself.
True.
But I think it's good. It's that accountability part, right? I'm accountable now to Kamloops.
Yeah.
As well as myself. And that helps me.
Todd has done stand-up. Have you done stand-up?
No.
Would you?
No, I might do sit down.
Well, you're doing it now.
And you know what's funny about that joke and why I really had to say that joke is my mom used to make that joke.
Hi, Mom.
My mom's passed away.
I'm
sorry. That's okay. No, she used to say to people all the time because she'd always say, "Oh, Ryan, you're so funny." And then I made a joke, I think one time to her. They're like, "Mom, there's all these stand-up comedians. I think maybe I'll be a sit-down comedian." And then literally I'm like 30 years old and I'll walk into a room and I can hear the tail end of a conversation. Her and her girlfriend are sitting at the table. It's like, "Oh yeah, and Ryan said that he wanted to be a sit-down comedian." And I walk in, I'm like, "What are you still telling that story for?"
That's your best joke you've ever had.
She's like, "Well, I still think you could do it." And so, who knows? One day maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the comedy nights at the Effie, so.
Yeah, it's just tough stuff. My memory is not as what it used to be, and memorizing what you got to do.
Oh, you can totally bring a cheat sheet with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
they don't care.
Maybe.
I mean, if you're the headliner, it's probably frowned upon. But like the everybody else is kind of it very much is, and it's I the few times that I've done it, it is a very encouraging crowd.
Yeah.
They're there to support you. They're there to laugh. They've had a few drinks,
and some of them probably have done it themselves.
A lot of the people there
are about to.
Yeah, a lot of people there are also, they've done it or they're about to do it, and they want to make sure that you feel encouraged. I don't think I've ever seen anyone.
Kelsey's in love with that.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone as easily distracted as Kelsey. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get like a really bad response from the stand-up comedy nights. It's again very much like sort of the way that Kiss Fest is great encouragement for sort of local filmmakers of any age to go out and like try filmmaking for the first time. Yeah. The comedy nights are a great opportunity for anyone who's ever kind of thought of doing stand-up comedy. Just go and give it a try in a supportive environment.
I thought about going there and asking them if they had a projector and if they wanted to look at all of our Huey TV and if they thought any of them were good enough to maybe just show it for 2 minutes in between comedians or something.
Right.
What inspires you to like think of ideas? You're the idea man, right? So what gets your brain kind of?
Well, when you've had as much time off as I've had with back injuries,
yeah,
you're alone with your thoughts.
Right.
And even before that, I worked at Savannah Specialty Plywood in the mill. And so I'm 12 hours a day with earplugs in.
Mundane.
And
but
just
hard job.
On my own, in my own head, all day, every day. And so as my brain became clearer, my creative juices, I guess, started flowing again. And so it's nonstop. I've got it like note section. My phone is full of just random thoughts I'll have as I'm walking the dog, and I've got a whole section on my Google Drive. It's just ideas, and I've got scripts that I've written. And
sounds very much like me.
It's just a lot of things everywhere.
Yeah, I just don't put it in computers, my ideas.
You're old school. You like to write it all out?
I like shove them in my ears.
See, that's just it. I'm on one medication right now for my back. It's really affecting my short-term memory. I can't remember anything, actually. I don't have it here, but I carry it around like a diary.
But does it make you kind of creative? Some pills and
It's
medications
it's
make you?
more frustrating because I
Oh.
just will lose track of a thought mid-sentence sometimes, and
Oh.
even like mid-thought as I'm getting my phone out.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh no. And I'll even like be listening to a song, so I'll try to rewind it to be like, okay, I'll get back to the spot. And like, didn't help, no.
Oh, that's
But then like 2 days later, I'll be like, oh right, on a good day.
I've had ideas for jokes that I have lost between thinking of them and getting to the computer to open up my notepad and put them down. And I've also done that where I try to like get myself back to what I was reading or looking at. But it has worked sometimes, very rarely, but it has. Like I get back into where my brain was and it hits. Because like I don't get that where it comes back again 2-3 days later. If it's gone,
I'm lucky
It's
right
gone
now
forever.
that it's just rattling around up here somewheres.
I get inspired by like really bad movies, like so bad it's good, and then you kind of make satire from that. I love satire.
I think
I
you're
get
gonna like
inspired.
you're gonna like our idea. I think for the web series, I'm gonna find a role for
Probably.
you, Kelsey.
Cool. I
Any-
had a question.
Okay.
Besides us interviewing you, are there other people that have interviewed you recently?
Yes,
Who?
I was on Kamloops now.
oh cool.
No way. Those are
With
like real.
Allie,
They won't talk to us.
Allie from Kamloops. She was on my show. I was on her show.
Cool.
I was on the Loopsers podcast.
Very cool.
Please go download the Loopsers podcast.
Yes.
So many good local people on there. I've listened to all the episodes. Actually, there's a new one I didn't listen to today. I can't remember who it is, but there's a new one out there today. So go check it out. I'm on there. Yeah, Jess from the House of Misfit, who's on
Cool.
my show every week. She was on Campbell's Now as well.
Oh,
Very
nice.
good.
And she was on another episode of you guys' show, right?
Yeah, she's been on a couple times. Yeah.
3.
Three times?
Yeah.
I gotta
And then-
step my game up.
Actually 4. We've shot with her 4 times in total.
I did,
Really?
I did ask her to come here tonight.
Oh, that wasn't streaming though. That was
No, it
for
wasn't.
Kelsey Learns.
I did ask her to come here tonight, but she's been a little bit under the weather.
Yeah.
Wanted to take a little time for herself tonight, and I totally understand that.
Yeah,
If you're
fair enough.
watching, Jess, see you next week, buddy.
Get some kitty cat snuggles. I think you have a cat.
Who's to say? I can't remember.
You know, even if you don't have a cat, you can find kitty cat snuggles if you try hard
I'm
enough.
sure you could.
That's
prefer
the
it.
moral of the story. If you try hard enough, kitty cat snuggles can be found.
Dogs are
that's
dogs are
nice.
better though.
SPCA.
Not to be negative, but dogs are better.
Dogs are
Oh,
better. Dogs are better.
you know, I love dogs. I'm a cat person ultimately,
wow,
though.
okay.
Yeah, but I think like maybe I feel
I just pictured you like part cat,
I'm part
cat
cat.
person.
Yeah, I'm a Leo, so you know.
Oh,
I'm picturing with some cat ears right now.
I know.
I think for me, like it comes down to like what I would want in my home, and I can enjoy other people's dogs,
Mhm.
but for me, I want like just a chill, standoffish kind of jerk roommate from a cat. That's what I
And
want.
that's what honestly he is most of the time.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And
You're
then
practically a cat.
People,
No, you're
people come
bizarre.
here, he barks at you for 2 minutes, and
Bark.
it smells you, and
No.
then that's it.
No, he didn't actually. Once the door was open, he didn't. He barked a little bit when I knocked, but once the door was open, it was fine.
No, he was all out of breath from barking at the pizza guy.
Been a rough day, has it?
Oh, I tried to tell him to take it easy. I was like, "That they're not
Rough.
even here yet, Archie. That's
Rough.
just the pizza guy. Save some of your
Some
breath."
energy. Yeah. Do you have any
Sleep well
final
tonight.
questions? Final thoughts?
Kelsey, I think you should zip that up real quick.
Yeah, so we can have
Move
a
over here a little bit and just go like this a little bit, and then like over here.
yeah, but move away from the sign. There we go.
And then we'll see if your editor can sort of make your head float at some point, and then maybe even you can put it right up
Or
here
not, I just
Oh
look
boy,
like
that'd be fun.
just for fun.
goofball.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I don't know. I have no more questions for you guys. I want
Okay.
to just keep working with you, I guess.
Okay.
I want to find some projects and work
Yeah.
on them with you guys.
I think-
I guess
Find
we're
more
all
creative
friends now.
Let's be friends and,
Okay.
Yeah.
and find some creative projects.
And I'll try to
Yeah.
be. I'm honestly never going to be as positive as you probably, but I'll try to keep my negativity to myself when I'm in your presence.
Well, here's the thing: when we're off the air, we're allowed to acknowledge and we
Oh,
can talk
okay.
about things that are real life things.
Okay.
But when we're on air,
Okay.
when we're on social media, let's try to be positive because there's enough negativity out there.
True.
That's just where I'm at, I guess.
Okay.
But
I'm
definitely
I'm geographically someplace different.
I'm a realist.
I'm trying to be
Todd.
better though.
Like, I'm a real life human being.
Yeah.
I've got issues, right? Like, I've got a bad back. I've had 6 back surgery. Both my parents have passed away. I've got a bad story. I can complain.
Yeah.
I'm a normal person. I've got things I want to complain about too.
We're just men.
That's just what I do in my private life. I don't need to do
Have you
it
not seen that meme?
for the rest of the world anymore.
Oh, yes. We're just
No.
innocent men.
We're just innocent men.
Oh,
I know
Are we?
what you mean.
What?
are we?
Hopefully. Anyone you want to say hello or goodbye to before we go?
I don't know. We shouted out Loopster a bunch, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, Loopster.
I just think he's such a positive Kamloopsian. He's been so supportive. To
Get
me.
well, Jess.
Jess, as always, has been such a great
Down
help.
with your arm, Todd.
I was
Sorry.
waving, but you're
Jess,
right. That looked
Jess,
bad.
I've got to say, Jess from House of Misfit. I approached Jess out of nowhere.
She's a rock star.
She didn't know me. I met her.
Like you
through
scared
Nevin
her.
once.
She's like, ah!
No, Nevin introduced me, and then
Oh.
I came back by myself like a week later, and I said, "Hey, this is my idea for the show. Would you like to do the music segment of it?" And she said, "Yep."
Cool.
And
Great
it's
choice,
been
too.
on for 11 weeks now,
Nice.
and I honestly, at this point, I couldn't do without her. She's the best.
So you choose to collaborate with people that have the same kind of values and morals as
100%.
you, and yeah.
100%. And I think that's something honestly that Nevin's taught me is like reach out, but you gotta also protect yourself and make sure that you're working with like
Yeah.
people. And
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's just safe advice for anybody, right? Work with the
True.
people that you want to work with, that you get along with, and it'll probably make your life a lot happier.
Yeah, totally. Then if you're working with people who bug you all the time.
I promise. Like these last 11 weeks have been.
Bye. I think it's time to go now.
Let's not end on a negative note, Kelsey.
We're just acting again. That's how good we are. All right. Then I guess we'll say goodbye.
Do you want to say hi to your
Oh.
fiance upstairs?
Yeah, if Carrie's watching,
Hi, Carrie.
I love you so much.
Hi.
Thanks for all your
Aw.
support. No, we should end the show like I end my show.
Yes.
Oh,
Until next time.
stay fit
Look-
and have fun.
No, we say look for the positivity in your life. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
And also look for the positivity in your life.
And kids are the future.
Yes.
And golden retrievers are cool.
Archie's better.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.